What's up, gangsters? And welcome to the Horrors of 2022, a series where throughout the month of October, I want to take a look at a bunch of horror-ish movies that have been released so far this year. You know, leading up to Halloween. I mean, it's spooky season, right? I've actually did this back in 2017, and I attempted and miserably failed it in 2018. So I guess, let's give it another try. And as always, I want to try and cover movies from different countries, different subgenres. But I figured, let's just get it out of the way and start with arguably the most popular one, Nope. The third feature from Jordan Peele, who blew up as a filmmaker a couple of years ago with Get Out, which is pretty great. I talked about it on my channel when it came out. His second movie, Us, didn't really do it for me, but I was always gonna check out Peele's future work, so I went completely blind into Nope, and it's pretty cool, pretty fun, so pretty good.
We follow OJ, who took over his late father's horse wrangling business at his remote ranch, and then at some point, together with his sister, they discover the presence of an UFO, or a UAP as we're supposed to call them now, I guess, and decide to try and capture it on film to sell it and make that green. And that's really the core of the movie's story, but with a running time of well over 2 hours, and well, this being a Jordan Peele movie, a filmmaker known for putting a bunch of commentary and allegory in his movies, obviously there is a lot more going on.
But before we get into any of that, purely based on the story, I was a little underwhelmed. I mean, this movie takes a lot of time to really not tell that much of a story. Really, it really took me some 40 minutes before I was like, okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's never boring. I mean, it's a well-made, good-looking movie. And like on a first watch, I really enjoyed just finding out the whole what the fuck's going on. It just really takes its time. But of course, all the while, a lot is happening in the background.
Exploiting the spectacle seems to be the main theme here, or, well, simply put, profiting from tragedy. Which is basically what our protagonists are perhaps unknowingly doing here, by trying to get money out of a thing that's causing death and destruction. The character of Jupe is definitely doing this. And yeah, sure, that's a theme. I buy that. I can get behind that. But also the Hollywood machine chewing up people only to spit them out, treating them as disposables, specifically minorities, seems to be another theme that runs throughout the whole movie. I mean, that's kinda literally what the UFO does here. And again, I dig that. And then a lot more.
Really, the more I think about it, the more great that I think this movie is. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube that go into greater detail explaining how clever this movie actually is. But you guys know me, I'm never one to overanalyze movies. Plus, in all honesty, like a movie's at face value, it's still always quite important to me as well. And with this one, I feel like if you were to watch this one without, getting it, it tends to be a little unsatisfying. The Gordy's Home subplot, for example, about a 90s sitcom that tragically came to an end when a chimpanzee murdered a bunch of the cast and crew. It felt to me like it mostly served as a setup and allegory, but I was so intrigued by it all that I wanted it to be more than just that, Also, it totally took me out of the attack scene when they used this heavily overused chimp screeching sound effect. Really, to me personally, it felt like I was about to hear the Arsonists track Pyromaniacs.
But, yeah, it's pretty good. Some awesome and memorable cinematography, there's some highly effective sound design and creepy music. And the relatively subtleness of its themes and allegory, I do appreciate it. It's just, I did have a bit of a trouble with the movie's overall tone. Because, well, let's be honest, the story, it's a bit silly, but it's played completely straight. Sure, we have our comedic relief, but well, especially towards the end, it seems to be taking itself so seriously. But I didn't know if I was supposed to. Again, it all just felt a little silly.
I've also seen a lot of people describing this movie as Spielbergian, which I mean I get that there are like specific references to his movies, but yeah, I feel like it's also mostly there because, especially towards the end, it does all feel like a bit of a small-scale blockbuster, you know, like it's like a spectacle. Oh, see what I/they did there? Anyway, that's Nope. Obviously, like I said, there's a lot more to digest here, but I don't know, I just wanted to give you guys my quick and overall thoughts. Initially, I was a little underwhelmed, but you know, like after letting the movie sink in a bit and reading into it a little more, I can't deny that it's actually pretty good. Not scary though, like don't go into this one if you haven't seen it already. Don't go into this one expecting like a scary or like horror movie, because that's not what it is. Anyway, you guys seen this one already? I'm sure a lot of you did. If so, let me know in the comments what you thought about the movie, this video, and yeah, then I'll see you guys in a couple of days again with some more horrors of 2022. Cheers guys, have a nice day.